Crazy how your life can change in a split second. I don't have any pain, kind of hard to talk. I look like a skeleton.
For those of you who don't know me, my name is Brooklyn Corey. I was attacked by a pit bull. We weren't playing, he was just sitting and I was kind of petting his head, telling him how good of a boy he was. I was standing up, I turned around and I turned back and he literally like lunged at my face, shaking my head like a dog, and then he finally released my head. Something fell on the ground. We went and picked it up and it was my lip with my nose and the top part of my lip attached. It took 11 minutes to get to the hospital. So they sewed all my skin to the inner parts of my gums, and my nose they had to sew down. The first day I came back from the hospital, I was looking at myself in the mirror. My parents were helping me get my face dressing on. And I looked at them in front of the mirror and I like almost had a breakdown because it just kind of hit me. I was scared of myself, but in a week I've learned to just love myself, accept what I look like right now, and just know like this is not what I'm gonna look like for the rest of my life.
Well, Brooklyn, thank you for being here.
Thank you for having me.
Have you met each other backstage?
No. So when I first got into the attack, I wasn't able to find like anyone online that had gone through something similar or somebody that was experiencing what I was going through. So I started posting my story in case that, unfortunately, if someone was going through it, they could be able to relate. And a lot of times when I was just posting my stuff, I was just posting it to see the progress and how I was gonna heal. But I ended up getting a message and messaging Jacqueline because I had noticed that she was going through something. And I'm pretty sure you reached out to me and was like, hey, I'm seeing your story. Like, you know, we were able to just, I think, relate based on what we're both going through. So,
Oh, okay, great.
yeah.
Well, now you meet in person.
I know,
so
it's great. We were having so much fun backstage, so.
that's great. So this, like we've talked about before, was nothing, no red flags. You didn't see anything coming at all.
No, not at all.
You were just petting this dog, say, good boy, good boy.
Yeah, I was
and you turn around and boom.
Yeah, I was standing in the kitchen. I play it back in my head trying to find something that would make sense. No dog toy, no dog bowl. There was nothing that caused the dog to snap or act aggressively. But I was petting his head and I turned to look at my cousin and I turned back and he actually sprung off the ground and my fight or flight kicked in. I was going in kind of like a sumo wrestling position, just holding his head and just going wherever he went. He was probably attacking me for like 60 seconds and then finally felt a release. Then something flew and hit the wall and then dropped on the ground. And then I just noticed blood and yeah.
Wow. And when he finally released and so you got away from him and there was space between you, what did the dog do then?
He started making really crazy sounds. I always relate it to Stranger Things, the Demogorgon sound. It was just very vicious and like just weird noises. So I told my cousin at the time, I was like, I need to go, like he's gonna attack me again. She kept saying, he's gonna attack you again, he's gonna attack you again. So I went and actually hid into the bathroom, and then that was the first time I actually had looked at myself in the mirror. And the only way I can describe myself was kind of looking like a skeleton. You could just see straight up through my nose and then just all my teeth, so.
Right. And you said once he got a hold of you, he was shaking back and forth like tug of war, dog toy jerking you around back and forth.
Yeah, he was taking my head, going back and forth, and then he started going back and forth like this and then back and forth again. And then that's when I was able to get him off.
Do you have a story or a question for me? Click the link in the description and tell me what in the world is going on.